It is rumored, or even more than rumored, that if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. Benjamin Franklin. Today, we embark on a 6-part series on lesson planning. Today's focus will be on setting objectives. There are many styles of lesson plans: planning guides, outlines, formats, forms, some with acronyms and some that are numbered. Many schools, districts, or administrators favor one style over another. Some sites may require you to have your lesson plans turned in weekly. Some may require them on your desk while teaching. The most important thing to ask is your site administrator what requirements are necessary for your site. In more than 30 years in public education, I have used many different styles and formats for lesson planning. I have found it useful to post parts of the lesson plan to be transparent and to hold myself accountable to what I post. Regardless of which format you choose, or you must choose, I have found that there's definitely 6 parts to a well thought out lesson plan. These are the 6 parts of a daily lesson plan when fully considered, will lead to a successful lesson. Here's what you can expect in this series. Part 1, Objectives. Part 2, Materials and Resources. Part 3, Background Knowledge. Part 4, Direct Instruction. Part 5, Guided Teaching. Part 6, Closure and Assessment. Today, we are looking at Part 1, Objective. According to dictionary.com, an objective is something that one's efforts or actions are intended to attain or accomplish. In considering the objectives, you should research and consider 3 areas: framework standards, objective targets, essential and guiding questions. A framework and standards. A framework is a basic structure, plan, or system as of concepts, values, customs, or rules. When planning any lesson, it is always wise to start with state or national frameworks or standards. This will serve as a guide to make sure your lesson is headed in the right direction. Like any interstate that runs east or west, frameworks and standards will keep you heading in the right direction. They will outline what subjects and topics are to be covered. For example, in U.S. history, this would be the difference between studying the causes versus the effects of World War I. Objectives, targets. Objectives and targets specify what outcome is hoped to be gained during the lesson. Objectives are more general than targets. They may take more than one day or lesson to achieve. A target is similar to an objective, but describes the specific tasks students will be completing in the lesson. Objectives and targets might be something that you create on your own or as part of a professional learning community. Essential guiding questions. Essential and guiding questions are very similar in that they give focus to a lesson. An essential question specifically is based on broad topics and can be used to give direction to standards and to preview what will be accomplished. A guiding question, on the other hand, is much smaller and focused, designed to be direct student step-by-step toward the target. These 2 questions might be something that you create on your own or as part of a professional learning community. A great starting point is to look at your state standards and frameworks, or even at your adopted curriculum. Many times, these objectives, targets, and questions are already part of the lesson design in the teacher editions. Follow the link in the description for the full blog and for helpful links when designing your lessons. I'm Russell with iHistorian. Have a historic day.